A greve ganhou o apoio de Martin Luther King, que marchou ao lado dos manifestantes. O evento terminou em violência. King planejou outra marcha para provar que as manifestações podiam ser pacíficas e fez um discurso que se revelaria profético.
Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the
Lord. Oh, death have mercy.
Dr. Martin Luther King, the apostle of nonviolence in the civil rights movement, has been shot to death in Memphis, Tennessee.
A notícia do assassinato se espalhou e revoltas se proliferaram pelo país. Foi a maior onda de violência urbana desde a Guerra Civil. Grandes áreas metropolitanas foram queimadas. E em menos de um mês, mais de 40 pessoas morreram nos protestos. O prejuízo ajustado para valores de hoje chegou aos 161 milhões de dólares.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have some very sad news for all of you, and I think sad news for all of our fellow citizens and people who love peace all over the world. And that is that Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis. In this difficult day, in this difficult time for the United States, it's perhaps well to ask what kind of a nation we are.
Robert Francis Kennedy was born in Brookline, Massachusetts, the seventh of 9 children and the brother of future President John F. Kennedy.
Robert Kennedy, em pré-campanha para a presidência dos Estados Unidos, chegou em Indianápolis no dia 4 de abril. Ainda no avião, Kennedy foi informado da morte de Martin Luther King e decidiu dar a notícia ao público, que esperava por ele em um dos bairros negros da cidade.
What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence and lawlessness, but is love and wisdom and compassion toward one another.
Robert Kennedy ganhava bastante terreno na corrida pela presidência. Na batalha por corações e mentes, ele conquistou as mentes da velha guarda e o coração dos jovens.
By June 1968, Robert Kennedy was close to winning the nomination and possibly reuniting a divided America.
Em um momento histórico de fratura social, Kennedy surgiu como uma figura capaz de unificar o país e acalmar as coisas.
Senator Kennedy has been shot. Take a hold of his thumb and break it if you have to.
Kennedy morreu no dia seguinte.
More and more people are turning to violence, and in the last analysis, it's going to destroy our country.
These were the two most hopeful figures in America in that era. And when they were both killed, I think there was an element of despair that set in from which the country has never recovered.
In the average American family today, Children are the object of more concentrated thought and concern than the young of any previous generation.
For a whole generation that I suppose we would now call spoiled kids, which from another point of view simply meant kids who had very high expectations in life with respect to freedom and happiness.
A herança do maior país do mundo nas mãos de uma nova geração, com expectativas moldadas pelo conforto material, acostumada a exigir e pouco disposta a fazer concessões. Alvos fáceis para o cavalo de Troia. Até os anos 60, a formação dos indivíduos acontecia em 3 ambientes: a família, a escola e a igreja. Mas um estranho presente, trazido por uma nova geração de pensadores, começou a mudar isso. Os resultados não demoraram. A família se desestruturou. A universidade cada vez mais tornou-se um centro formador de justiceiros sociais. E a mudança rápida de valores fazia a religião ter cada vez menos espaço no mundo que surgia.
Do Catholics believe they have all the answers? In just a moment, let's ask a priest. Wise as it may be in spiritual matters, the Catholic Church has much to learn about human relations. I think you would agree, for example, that a know-it-all attitude alienates people.
And you gotta get a lot of money, Mac. You gotta make a fortune to keep a boring job or to support a war in Vietnam that's evil, that's murderous. So we struggle in our own humble way to destroy the United States.
Os jovens se entrincheiravam em uma nova visão de mundo, afastando os pais que se viam sem saber como falar com seus filhos. Foi uma época de êxodo familiar.
What is called the hippie movement involves an alteration of consciousness towards some greater awareness. Hopefully, the future will see like a spread of that gentleness and consideration coming through politically, artistically.
Turn on, tune in, rock out.
Dr. Timothy Leary, a psychologist who had been fired from Harvard University, was undoubtedly the most internationally conspicuous prophet of the psychedelic revolution.
Psicólogos como Richard Alpert e Timothy Leary preconizavam o uso generalizado do LSD para uma transformação de consciência na sociedade.
You can't get caught in the conforming, rote, lockstep, which we call American society.
E a contracultura alimentava o imaginário jovem com filmes de temática social, música e teatro psicodélico.
This period of the world's history, organization of background and attitudes making communication between people more than usually difficult, the theater must take its responsibilities very seriously.
Jovens começaram a ser os protagonistas das lutas sociais. Foi o começo da destruição dos tabus sexuais, como o homossexualismo, o divórcio e a vida de solteiro, que começavam a ser tratados como algo normal e até sofisticado. Mas a liberdade não foi gratuita.
A lot of the excess was this desperate attempt to finally get beyond all limitations. And it in fact, got people into some scary spaces, got people into some very violent and negative spaces.
I think that.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
What's it like?
Do you have any breath? I'll show you. I'll eat it.
Do you eat it?
Eat it. Okay.
Which do you prefer?
Eat vida.
Eles morreram de overdose.
Jimi Hendrix's experience is over. The acid rock musician died today in a London hospital, apparently from an overdose of drugs.
I'm a nurse. What's your name? Your hands are cold.
Deixaram filhos órfãos com pais vivos e pais vivos com filhos mortos.
A lot of people got together, made love and had babies, and then said, well, let's go off and do it with another person. And there's that woman with her babies, and she's got babies from this guy and babies from that guy, and the kids are the ones that suffered. And I think the women that had to raise the children suffered.
À medida que a década chegava ao fim, as pessoas sentiam como se estivessem em uma guerra de todos contra todos. Brancos contra negros, hippies contra caretas, pais contra os filhos, mulheres contra os homens. No dia 3 de junho, a feminista radical Valerie Solanas, autora do Manifesto Scam, cometeu um atentado à bala contra o artista Andy Warhol.
Just the year before, Solanas had published a manifesto which called, among other things, for thrill-seeking women to eliminate the male sex.
Warhol sobreviveu, depois de uma operação que durou 5 horas. O atentado simbolizava as tensões sociais, que já não se limitavam à questão racial.
What do you think men are doing wrong?
They're in charge, and Hugh Hefner is my enemy.
Oh, is Hefner your enemy? We really set you up tonight.
Because they benefit from oppressing women. They really do. Hefner has built an empire based on oppressing women.
I'm more in sympathy than perhaps, the girls realize with...
Women.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm 35.
As atitudes masculinas com as mulheres começaram a ser criticadas, e a dinâmica sexual assumiu um caráter competitivo.
If a man's at a party, and a woman comes over and says, say you're very attractive, suppose this happens to you, Paul. A woman comes over to you and says, say you're quite attractive, come over to my apartment tonight at 8 and bring a bottle of wine. A woman says that. Don't you feel a slight chill of fear?
Do you?
You go first.
A noção milenar de que homens e mulheres se complementavam foi esquecida. Inaugurou-se uma nova era de competição, impulsionada pelos avanços dos métodos contraceptivos e pelo movimento feminista.
What is important is that the world is changing and that women at last are awakening to the fact that they have a right and a duty to enter into the world and change it and work towards governing the society that governs them. That's right. That's all of humanity. My goodness, the excitement has already started.
Era a guerra dos sexos, que transformaria o relacionamento entre homens e mulheres em um verdadeiro campo minado.
The college campus, calm, quiet, steeped in tradition. Yesterday. Today, young people have discovered this is not the best of all possible worlds. They have discovered that protest can change it. This is Columbia University in 1968. It could be any one of 100 others. Here the protest was against the school's involvement in the machinery of war.
So we're going to let Columbia know that if they don't want to deal with the brothers in here, they're going to deal with the brothers on the street.
We're headed right towards what most of the political philosophers agree on, and that is that man in a state of nature is every man against every man.
Esse foi o ambiente em que vários grupos de ativismo político se formaram. Entre eles o Youth International Party, os famosos hippies.
Political pigs, your days are numbered. We are the Second American Revolution. We are winning. Yippee!
Eles teriam um papel de destaque durante a Convenção dos Democratas, com a sua principal tática, a confusão.
Well, I wish these guys could explain what they're about more. I think it's kind of a put-on, basically. If you got something that you're trying to say, I wish you could say it.
I'm not a hippie. Hippies are fags. Sorry about that.
Os hippies casaram política com espetáculo teatral e criaram a fórmula do protesto como evento performático que vemos até hoje.
Hoffman
President Rubin had splashed onto the scene in the fall of 1967, announcing that they planned to levitate the Pentagon.
The Pentagon is going to rise into the air, and when it gets about 300 feet in the air, it's going to start to vibrate. Slowly at first, and then a little quicker, and all the evil spirits are going to pour out.
What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
Say this if you don't know what they mean.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
All right. You're a Negro.
No.
I am your teacher. You are a Negro.
No.
Suppose I threatened to beat you, what would you say? Aren't you a Negro now?
No.
What are you?
I'm black and beautiful.
What is your nationality?
My nationality is Afro-American.
A escalada da violência entre as raças levou à criação de grupos paramilitares como os Panteras Negras. Robert Williams incitava negros americanos a se armarem para o conflito que considerava inevitável.
Black militant Robert Williams voluntarily returned from self-exile today. Immediately was arrested as a fugitive.
And so I recommended that they meet violence with violence, that Negroes must be prepared to repulse attacks, that they must be willing to fight, that they must be willing to die and to kill if necessary.
O programa de contra-inteligência do FBI começou a monitorar grupos negros de mobilização política, classificando-os como organizações terroristas.
The communists in this country have organized very intensely a drive to infiltrate into the racial discord and discontent in the country. And obviously that is being carried forth in every field of activity that the communists can find any battle to feed on.
Não demorou muito para os confrontos entre a polícia e os grupos paramilitares começarem.
And this young high school boy had this 45 and he put it in his face and his hand was trembling. He said, if you don't put that gun back in your holster, I'll blow your brains out. The policeman had to put the gun back. He started backing away. There was an old man, very old white man. I guess he was drinking and drunk. He started crying. I mean, he was just crying like a baby. And he said, oh, what is this goddamn country coming to? The niggas got guns and the police can't even arrest him. And he could see that slipping away. And his way of life was gone. And this is why he was crying.
De 5 a 8 de agosto, ocorreu em Miami a convenção do Partido Republicano, que escolheria o candidato do partido à presidência. Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Nelson Rockefeller. O partido aproveitou o país que se fragmentava e se apresentou como defensor da lei e da ordem.
I again proudly accept that nomination for President of the United States.
Nixon saiu como candidato. A convenção ocorreu sem tumultos. O mesmo não se pode dizer dos seus adversários. As famílias assistiam atônitas o resultado de anos de erosão das crenças americanas. A ruptura total aconteceu nas ruas de Chicago, na convenção que escolheria qual candidato do Partido Democrata concorreria à presidência dos Estados Unidos com Nixon.
In a typical irreverent gesture, the Youth International Party would run a pig for the president.
Foi a convenção política mais violenta da história americana. O prefeito da cidade proibiu os grupos anarquistas de fazerem protestos.
The Yippie request outraged Chicago's mayor, Richard J. Daley, a law and order man, to keep control of the convention.
Ordenou que o local da convenção fosse cercado com arame farpado. e contratou 11.000 policiais para trabalharem em turnos revezados. Havia 6.000 soldados da Guarda Nacional protegendo o local. Era como se a cidade estivesse se preparando para um cerco.
The Secret Service activity around the press entrances is especially heavy. All packages and bags are checked and given a seal of approval. Police and security men are everywhere to be seen. They have set up various command posts around the perimeter of the amphitheater.
All the security makes me very nervous. That's because it's necessary, apparently.
I said to him very emphatically and very definitely that an order be issued immediately under his signature to shoot to kill any arsonist or anyone with a Molotov cocktail in their hand in Chicago.
Well, that the party buckled under pressure and agreed to come to Chicago in the first place.
Foram 3 dias de tensão crescente, fora do anfiteatro e dentro dele. Alguns democratas começaram a cantar hinos de protesto contra a guerra do Vietnã. E a direção do partido ordenou que a banda tocasse mais alto, para abafar as canções. As discussões foram ficando acaloradas.
This surely is the first time that policemen have ever entered the floor of a convention.
In the United States.
Lyndon Johnson anunciou que os bombardeios no Vietnã seriam encerrados e afirmou que os Estados Unidos estavam prontos para negociar a paz. Foi uma tentativa de acalmar os ânimos hostis à guerra, mas era tarde demais. Entre provocações à polícia e reações cada vez mais violentas, a situação se encaminhou para o desfecho inevitável.
Tomorrow is the day that this operation has been pointing for some time. We are going to gather here. We are going to make our way to the amphitheater by any means necessary.
Um jovem baixou a bandeira americana e foi preso pela polícia. O barril de pólvora finalmente explodiu.